What a fascinating and unprecedented time we have been through in the last several weeks as a state, as a country, as a planet, really, for the first time in our lives, walking through this pandemic and incredible challenges. So we are going to focus in. I think we try to find ways that we can help, find ways that we can be the helpers. And so this is just one small little corner of things, trying to be a voice of light and resource. And the brave and creative leader, really, it's just embracing the nonprofit leader as artist, activator, and disruptor, regardless of what field that may be in or what that looks like. And so over these next days, we're going to be interviewing people and just trying to talk and hear stories from people who are making a difference like that, whether it's a very small section of something, whether it's a very large section, whatever the case may be, all those things are vitally important and making a difference. And so tonight we're gonna jump right in. We have a guest that I've been privileged to know for a number of years now and have got to collaborate on various projects, and she's just all over the community and does great things, and saw that she was a part of an initiative and just wanted to be able to spread the word on that and hear what they're doing. I feel like it is vital. So Regina Banks, welcome to the Brave and Creative Show.
Well, thank you, Matthew. It is a pleasure to be here, and especially under these circumstances. This is something we didn't plan, was it?
Exactly. Yes, I wish it was under different circumstances, most definitely.
Absolutely, but an honor to be here with you.
Well, thank you. And let's just jump in. Typically, these interviews would be kind of personal story first and then go into whatever specialty or whatever thing. But tonight, this is crucial information for people. And so I want to jump right into that. So if you can, this 405maskmakers.com, just where did this come from?
Well, on March 23rd, I got a phone call asking if I would come alongside the Homeless Alliance.
Wow.
And this came from a few members of the COVID-19 task force here in Oklahoma City. Some people that I knew personally knew that I had a special skill set, if you will,
Right.
Not only with website development, but also with just being able to plug into the community and get people together and behind a cause.
Right.
So got that call early that morning asking if I would help because the Homeless Alliance was in great need of masks.
Wow.
We've been hearing for a few weeks that, of course, the healthcare community was going to be in need of masks. We could foresee the shortage.
Right.
But a community that is often left out of the conversation is the homeless community here in Oklahoma City. So thank God for the Homeless Alliance who foresaw the need and made the call. And so that's how it all got started.
Wow. Well, what an incredible call to get in the midst of everything else in life and happening. But that's a great compliment for someone to say you have a certain set of skills, a unique set of skills to do that. That's pretty cool.
It's an honor. And I share the load with several ladies in the community. We're all cut from the same fabric.
Wow.
And now that's a pun, now that I know that we're cutting fabric for her mask.
I don't have effects yet. I'm not that fancy, but if we did, we got a little rim shot there inside.
Yeah.
So about March 23rd or whatever, and Homeless Alliance is the primary recipient of that. They do such an incredible job here in the metro area. What is that eventually? Is it going to stay focused there on the homeless community? Eventually, is that going to expand, or is that kind of probably still in flux? I don't know.
We have expanded. We have met our quota for the Homeless Alliance. They needed 1,500 masks. We have gotten that many. There are about that many masks to them in the span of a little over a week. Actually, it was a little less than a week. So we're
incredible.
Super excited. As soon as we put the word out, I mean, volunteers, the Oklahoma Standard.
Mm.
That's what I love about being an Oklahoman. We rise to the call of service. And so it is an honor to work alongside even my neighbors that have joined in this effort to make masks. So we were able to hit that initial quota pretty soon. After that, we heard from OU Hospital. Um, Let me get my notes just right.
Yeah.
They are needing masks for to cover the N95 so that they can last longer. We've heard from several other communities that are in need. Oklahoma City Public School Foundation, they want to provide masks for the team members who are distributing food.
Oh, nice.
The Oklahoma Blood Institute has an urgent need for masks. Uh, they were needing 60 masks. We were able to supply them with 60 masks the same day that they requested them.
Oh my goodness.
All of this due to the amazing effort that the Oklahoma community has put forth. So once those initial phone calls were made to the initial task, I'm calling us a task force, the 405,
That's right.
the
That's
405
good.
mask makers team. I mean, we began mobilizing. We now have hubs set up all across the city so that people can pick up and drop off
Oh
materials.
my goodness.
We have, even if you are not a seamstress, you don't sew, there are people who are just picking up fabric to cut. There are people who are donating fabric. We've had Hobby Lobby has donated elastic. We've had I forget the name of the hotel, donated hundreds of pounds of fabric,
Oh
old
wow.
sheets that we were able to. That's another thing. People have been bringing old sheets because it's the exact type of fabric that we need, that 100% cotton with a dense thread count. Um, so we are able to use those old sheets, get them sanitized, and cut into fabric. And so this hotel donated a lot of fabric that just really changed the game for us. So
Wow.
we've been rocking and rolling, Matthew.
That is incredible. It's so cool to see a place that have helped, and we'll get that name and stick it in the show notes there, and give shout outs afterwards. So
Yes,
if you can tell us specifically, like if people want to help with this, I know I've heard from a number of people that are anxious to help in some way and to do something, and this thing's perfect. So you kind of tell them where to go, and you mentioned several there, but if you can kind of just mention succinctly the steps to take for them to get involved.
absolutely. So if you go to 405maskmakers.com, we have a form there that you can fill out with the level of volunteering that you want to provide, the level of service, even if you come up with something new. But right now, we're looking for more supply hubs throughout the metro. We need people who are willing to cut fabric, people who are willing to sew, people who are willing to drive across the metro to either pick up supplies from porches and distribute to the different hubs. And then of course the power of social media. if
Mm.
if you if you can't fit any of those spots, we would absolutely love you to spread the word and get the word out on social media. We now have a Facebook group, so you can find us at 405 Mask Makers on Facebook.
Nice.
Spread the word out. We are we need masks, and obviously with the latest recommendation from the CDC, even for the general public to wear masks,
Right.
it is our goal to get masks to everyone that needs them.
Man, no, that's incredible. What causes you the most angst right now at this moment in the midst of this project, and just in the midst of everything? What causes the most hesitation or angst there?
I think too little, too late.
Mm.
That just kind of just sits on your chest a little bit,
Right.
which is what also fires you up. I mean, Matthew, I mean, you know me, I stay busy, I'm engaged with so much all the time. I did not want to sit by the wayside on this, knowing that I could have done something.
Right.
My sewing machine is not working, but absolutely my home can be a hub, and
Mm.
absolutely I will build a website in a day, and absolutely I will, manage the Mailchimp and get out newsletters. Like I can, these are things that I can do
Right.
to help. in this effort of getting masks to the community so that we can stop the spread.
Yeah.
And to think of myself as somebody that can't do anything because I'm not a healthcare worker, those are the things that keep me up at night. How can I help?
Right.
How can I help? Am I doing enough? Am I doing it enough? Am I doing it quickly enough, efficiently enough
Right.
to make a difference?
No, that's, man, I think in some ways the questions that we are all asking, and we want to be helpers in the midst of this, not just for our families, but for our neighbors. And I think it's going to be interesting to hear stories once we get through this of people that maybe didn't know their neighbors before that were checking on them or had connection through that. So in light of that, what's maybe something that causes the most hope right now, or that's really inspiring you?
So I always go back to the quote from Mr. Rogers uh, about his mother would tell him in moments of crisis to look for the helpers.
Hmm.
And everywhere I turn around, there are helpers everywhere. So many people have come to my house. People have reached out to text me. Even on social media, I'm seeing people helping, seeing the different religious organizations, churches, and whatnot, helping their community. Um, Everyone's helping. I love it. I hadn't talked to my next door neighbor in, oh my God, probably 3 months. And I was feeling badly about it because I promised his son that I would look out for him because he's in his 80s. Now, I don't feel sorry for Mr. Gibson because he is a very active 80 something year old. But we have connected so many times over the last several weeks. I don't want him to get out, even though he gets out anyway, to go to the store. But he's been good about checking in, and I've been good about checking in. And even my neighbors across the street, she's making masks for 405 mask makers. And
Nice.
who knew? I mean, I forgot. I forgot that she taught a sewing class at UCO. So
Oh
now
my
she's got
goodness.
her students making masks. I mean, it's just
Oh, that's
a
cool.
perfect storm of help and grace and love and support and community. That's what I love most about it all.
No, it is a beautiful project, and just the way you all have mobilized, setting up hubs and operations is just it's so cool to see people putting their gifts together. And just want to encourage and amplify what you said, 405maskmakers.com,
Yes.
that people can go. And again, even just sharing, there might be one person from your newsfeed that catches that is a vital connection. So don't want people to underestimate the importance of that.
Yes.
And so we're going to wrap up this first part of the interview. I think I'm actually going to post this separately than the rest of the interview, just so
Okay.
that if people want to get ready, if they want to make a mask, they can do that. And then I'm going to
Awesome.
encourage everyone to go to braveandcreative.com, to subscribe to the podcast and check out this next part of the interview with Regina, because it's going to be incredible. And there's a whole lot of other cool stuff that she's doing. But we're going to wrap up this first part. Any last things for this first session, Regina?
No, I think you said it all. Everything is at 405maskmakers.com. However, you are willing to help, you will find different ways to help there. We need you. Your community needs you. And let's get it done. Let's get everyone a mask in Oklahoma.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for what you're doing and for joining us this evening. Talk to you later.
Thank you.